Shortcuts Part 1. This lecture will cover the following topics: Control arrows, Control Shift arrows, Control A and Control star, Control dragging cells with your mouse, Control space, Shift space. Let's start with the first one, which is the control arrows. Select one cell and then use the Control up. It jumped immediately to the next available cell, which is not empty. When you want to go down to the bottom of your dataset, you use the Control down key, and it will stop once it finds an empty cell. When you want to select multiple cells, you can use the Control Shift arrow key. Select this cell, Control Shift up, Control Shift right, or wherever you want. Control A and Control star. Both shortcuts are selecting the current region of your data. So let's see one cell which is somewhere in the middle of your dataset. When you use the Control A, it selects the current region. When you use the Control star, it is doing the same. It is highlighting all the cells until an empty column around it or an empty row. So when I put something here, one additional row will be selected. What about this case? This one is not selected because there is one empty cell between the two data. The difference between the Control A and Control star is when you are using empty cells. So when you want to test the Control A, it selects everything from the active sheet. When you use the Control star, it's not doing anything. Control and dragging cells. It's a very good and quick way to copy and paste items. So instead of using the Control C, Control V, you press down the Control and now you click somewhere on the border of your cell, but not to the corners, and then you move it somewhere. That cell has been copied. It is working with text, it's working with numbers, and even with formulas. So this formula is a sum of these items. When you copy this formula, the formula itself will be copied, and now these cells, some will be returned. Let's delete these. Control space, Shift space. Control space will highlight the whole column of the active cell. Shift space will select the whole row of the active cell. This video will cover two topics: VLookups and HLookups. They are Excel functions. The VLookup is looking for an item in a column vertically from the top to the bottom. Once it is found, then in that row it will return you one of the items. HLookup is looking for an item in a row. Once that item is found, for example UK, then it will return something from that column. Now in this exercise, I'm looking for the box price of apple. So the box price is here, and here is my item, which is the apple. What is the price? I want to use the VLookup function. I start typing the VLookup, then I use the tabulator. I always use the fx. This is the function arguments window, which allows me and helps me with the properties of this function. The lookup value, here is a guideline for each of the rows. It is helping you in order to be able to put the right value or right argument into it. Lookup value. The lookup value is UK, so I just simply click on this cell. It's not very visible now, but I can see that this is apple. The table array is this whole array, even with this column, which is containing the names of the fruits. For the column index, I know it is in the third column of this array because it's 1, 2, 3. So I want to return the price of a box for that particular fruit. Therefore, it will be 3. The last one that I need to fill out is the range lookup. There are two options, true or false. The false value will always return you the exact match. Most of the cases, this is what you want to use. The true value will be the closest match. So it's not exactly that word. But now I want to use the false because I'm looking for apple in this column. Once I click it, it returned me 7.5, which is the right price for the apple. The HLookup is first checking the row, one particular row, and if it finds the item in it, then it will return something in that column. What I'm looking for is UK, and I want to see what is its currency. Let's use again this function argument tab. The lookup value, I can manually type UK within quotation marks. That's one option. But try to avoid hard-coded text, values, numbers, and so on in formulas. Use the cell itself to populate the value. The table array is this array. I need to select even the headers. Same for the VLookup. I was required to select the first column too. So now my table will be this area, and from here I want to return something from the second row. Therefore, I need to put number 2 here. And again, I'm looking for an exact match. Once I click it, it returned me GBP for UK. If I change this cell to Italy, when I click enter, it's automatically changed to euro, and so on. There is one limitation with the VLookup and the HLookup. The limitation is the order where it can search for the items. For the VLookup, it can go, so it is checking one column and then it is able to go only to the right. So return items to the right from this column. It's not able to return items on the left. The same limitation applies for the HLookup, where it is able to check something in one row and then it is able to return you an item only below it and not from the top. There is a solution for it, which is the index and match function. The next video will cover this topic. The previous video was covering the VLookup and HLookup functions. This session will cover the problems with the VLookup, and we are also trying to find a solution for it, which will be the index and match function. What is the problem with the VLookup? As we studied, the VLookup is able to return an item from one column to the right. So it is searching for potato here, but it is not able to return anything from the left. It is able to return only items to the right. So VLookup is not an option. What else we can use in order to get the result for 1 kilogram of potato? What is the price for that? First, we need to understand what is a match function. A match function returns you, returns you the relative position of an item in an array that matches a specified value in a specified order. The lookup value in this case is the potato. The lookup array is this column, and the match type you can put 1, 0, -1. The 0 is the exact match. So now in this case we need to use the 0. Once I click OK, it returned a number 3. So it means that the potato in this area, this range, it is the third item. Same for the price / unit. Match function lookup value is, I hard code it, price / unit. This is in a quotation mark. The array is all the headers, so these 3 cells, and the match is again 0, so exact match. Now it returns 2. The index function is returning us an array. So the whole array is this one, the row number and the column number. If I give both of them, it will return you one particular cell. So in this area, if I give the row number 3, for the potato it's the 4th, and the column number is number 2, then it will return me 3, which is the price for the potato. So for this cell, I just need to use what we learned in a simple index. But now I would like to combine the index and match function, because as remember, in the previous case we were writing hard-coded numbers to the rows and to the columns. I think the row number was 4 and the column number was 2. Instead of doing this, and the area was this, the array, instead of writing hard-coded numbers, we want to substitute it with the match function. Let's use the match function. Type the match, opening bracket, and once you did it, you click on the match function. Now the match function argument will pop up. So this is helping you what you need to put into the match function. What you are looking for. This will be the row number, so in the row you are looking for the potato. The lookup array, this array. The match type is 0. because we need exact match. Then it is done, so I go back to my index function. I just simply click on it. For the columns, I also use the match function. Then click into the match, and then these options will pop up. Lookup value, this will be the column of the whole index function. So in the column, I'm looking for the price unit, or I can use this cell. So I'm looking for the price / unit. The lookup array will be this whole headers, and I'm searching for exact matches, so then 0. Then it is done, so I come back to my index function, and as you can see, your index function's all parameter is filled out. Once I click OK, I received number 3, which is the price for the potato. This video will be about the Sumifs. With the Sumifs, you can sum numbers based on different criteria. In this case, I will have 3 criteria: a year, a status, and a month. Let's start and type the Sumifs. As you can see, there are 2 types, Sumif and Sumifs. The Sumif will allow you to have only 1 criteria. The Sumifs are allowing you as much criteria as you want. Open up and insert the functions. With this window, it is helping you and will be listing you all the items that you need to give. The sum range is the amount. The criteria range will be, for the first one, is the year. The criteria itself is 2014. The second criteria range is the status. The criteria itself is active. And the last criteria range will be the month. And there I'm looking for March data. Once I click it, I will receive a result of 2800. Let's check if it is correct. So I'm looking for only the active trades which are in March, okay? And where the date is 2014. So this one plus this one, that is 2800. So my formula was correct. Then I can modify my criteria as I want. I can modify it to expired. In this case, I don't have any data which is in 2014, expired, and March. In Excel, there are a couple of lists, which allows you to fill out the next item. For example, in case of numbers, you select it, you move your mouse to the very right corner, and then if you are dragging it further, it will simply fill out the next cells with an increasing number. Same for the months. You select January, February, and probably the next one should be March. If you move it, it is able to fill you up all the following cells. What about United Kingdom, United States, and let's say in the next one, I want Italy. Will it work? No, of course not. Because Excel doesn't know that what is your next item. This list is not existing in Excel, therefore it cannot predict what other country will come in your list. But there is a way you can add your own lists to Excel. The way of doing it is you need to click on the file, then go to the options. In the options, navigate to the advanced tab. move your page down to the very bottom, and at the very bottom there is one which is called Edit Custom Lists. Click on it, and then here you can add your items. There are two ways. You can type it manually. Oops. United Kingdom. Enter. United States. The next one should be Italy. The fourth one should be Germany, Hungary, and so on. But for me, I want this list to be available in Excel. Now I need to click on Add, and then click OK. And OK again. Now if I select these countries, United Kingdom and United States, I'm able to fill them all up with the next countries. So that's the way how you can create your own lists in Excel. As I said, there is another method too. So go to the Options tab, we are going again to the Advanced tab, move to the bottom, edit your custom lists, and instead of typing your list here manually, you can simply import it from a given range. From here, for example. Once you selected your range, you just need to click Import and then click OK. This was the end of the free Excel course. I hope you found it useful. Thank you for watching. For more course and materials, please visit our website www.excelvbacourses.com.